Hockey Nation fans, welcome back to another special edition of the Hockey Nation Live Show. This is your Coach Frenchy, back in the house. We have to go. No, we cannot go to the West Coast because Michael DeVillano is not there yet. But the good news is coming to join us about the next 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So, going to see Michael at some point today. So, happy Wednesday. Another great night of hockey yesterday in NHL. We have a lot of things going on around the league. We have a lot of signature, a couple of injuries, and COVID situation, and it's all around, So it's happening yesterday, and just want to mention to you, I have a lot of surprise again. A team where we expect, and I think that's resume exactly what's going on in this season 2021, and it's just like you never know. And I don't know if it's an accumulation of fatigue. I don't know if it's an accumulation of play many game and during the week and in a short time you can see something don't show up the next game or the at some specific game. And I don't know. And everybody got a slum at some point during the year, and a team you think they are out of the race, and then boom, you thought they're going to lose again, a better team, and then whoop, surprise everybody, they win, and then that reversed to another way. So it's just like crazy to see that. To be honest with you, and it's just what is the NHL. To be honest with you, this year. So let me check about a couple of things. I will try to share with my screen to you to give you an idea what's going on. Let me about 1 minute. I will be back with you for sure. Let's try if we can do that. Usually, Michael control this StreamYard. I'm on the rest room and the ACAM, so for me, it's not easy to do that. But let's see how this works. So I don't know if you can see my screen right now, but it's about Anthony Duclair. Got hurt yesterday during the game against the Panthers and the Red Wings. He's going to be out for about 7 to 10 days. And at that moment, also you can see the Barkov and Patrick Orvis going to be back in the lineup this weekend. That's what the coach Kenville said yesterday during the game, after the game during the press conference, about Duclair will be out for a minimum of 1 week, and Barkov and Orvis going to be possible to play this weekend or during the homestand for the Panthers. That's a great news because right now they play without Duclair, Ekblad, Orvis, and Barkov, and they find a way to win. It's just amazing what kind of team they are this year, with resilient, never give up. And we have to give credit to Coach Kenville to find a way to motivate or pushing the player to the max. Yesterday is all about Carter Verhey. We're going to talk about those games a little bit later with Michael, but at the end of the day, it's just amazing what Kenville does right now behind the bench for the Florida Panthers. I'll be honest with you, he should be in the conversation to be the coach of the year. I would not be surprised if he's not, he's in the finalists, the top 3 finalists for that. But it would be interesting. But I really believe he have an amazing, great year behind the bench for the Florida Panthers. Let's move on with the happening on the COVID-19 yesterday, the last update in NHL. The Vancouver Canucks, this is the second team now in the North Division, the second time happening. They add on the COVID-19 Adam Gaudette. That's the situation going to follow up today because he was a 24 hours on the supervision to see if really positive. He's going to have another test to confirm. And then after that, there may be possible Vancouver could have a problem there, but it's something we have to follow up today, during the day on the Vancouver Canucks Twitter account to see what they are with that situation with Adam Gaudette. Is it the only one? We don't know yet. So that's what's happening on that part over there. For the Montreal Canadiens, like I said yesterday, Joel Armia is still on the COVID-19. And then Eric Stahl, it was added because he's traveling to Montreal. Same situation with Zach Parise and Volkov and Anaheim now. And Kokanemi was out of the COVID-19. Of course, Cole Caulfield is not on that list, but he's also added on the COVID situation in the American Hockey League. So that's another something we have to follow up. Talking about COVID-19, talking about what's going on around the league and NHL. This is a big news happening yesterday. It was the Tampa Bay players, Goodrow, I believe is Goodrow, Barclay Goodrow. I think it's Barclay's first name. Mentioned to the newspaper in Tampa Bay area, and NHL players are getting vaccinated. That's a great news. I'll be honest with you. This is really great, not only for the players, but also that will open more door for the family to get vaccinated. How they can do that? The government in the USA will open up now more the door to open to anybody 18 years old to get vaccinated at any time now. So I think right now the NHL is going to push more the players to get that quickly they can, to be sure they can have that sooner to protect them of the COVID situation for the team. So I think it's a great move for the players to have that accessibility to do that. I think that's a great for sure. One Michael is going to go back. Yesterday we got also the waiver list. I'm sorry, I'm going to jump on the waiver list. The Philadelphia Flyers add the defenseman Cody should be here on the on the waiver list, and Colorado add O'Brien and Vegas Olden, and finally the Columbus Arrington and Ottawa and Isimov. It was clear yesterday. So O'Brien, Olden, and Kossibichir, it was add on the waiver list, and Arrington and Anisimov was clear. So they was back to the taxi squad. That's another news over there. Talking about the news, this is happening about 30 minutes ago. The Chicago Blackhawks signed the 2020 NHL draft pick defenseman Isaac Phillips as Inc. a 3-year deal running through the season 2023-2024. It's another great signature. You have a lot of signature. Many teams doing this right now. Toronto signed yesterday. Chicago signed Hartman yesterday. Colorado signed another defenseman. It's a lot of signature left and right. So I just want to sharing with you what's going on around the league. So by the way, the Minnesota signed another players. I think it's Minnesota Bull D. It's another one over there. They are all on my screen, so I can share to you in the next couple of minutes about that one. But I think that's a great for the a many player in NCAA. And what happening right now is this part, because the college is over now. A lot of players, there are no place to play hockey right now. So that would give more signature for sure. And all the junior team right now, WHL play right now, the QN play, and I think that open up door for that part to have more NCAA players to play in a sign contract to play maybe on the East Coast Hockey League or an American Hockey League, so you can see a more signature happening. The last 3 days or maybe 4 days, where the players sign right away the contract with the NHL entry-level contract. Like that's what the rules in NHL. So I give you an idea about that one over there. Otherwise, I'd be a fan of Montreal Canadiens. Yesterday they win, but I also want to mention about the club farm. The Laval Rocket won another game yesterday by a score of 5-2 against the Manitoba Moose. Are you ready for the Final Four? Frozen. It's coming very soon. We're going to talk about this. We have a special edition about that Friday morning. We're going to talk about the final four and also the roster, who is a really already draft what they look like, and also who are play for them. They are a prospect, and the next NHL draft in 2021 is going happening in July. It's already set up and ready to go. So after the season, that's something we have to go. And then we're going to talk about something around the league for sure. Let's talking about something I want to share with you. And Jordan Michael is coming very soon. It's about uh, I should have this. Hold on. Standing. I want to show you the standing. Uh, it's coming. I don't know if I can do that again. Let's see. It's coming. Let me check. So I don't know if Michael is around, but maybe he will try to sharing with you guys so can see that. That's the standing in the NHL right now. We have the standing right now in NHL. The North Division. Toronto is first at 47 point, 1 point over Winnipeg, and 2 point over the Edmonton Oilers. They have one game in hands again Winnipeg, and two game in hand. So they have two more games to play versus Edmonton. So that's pretty good. Montreal is 4 at 35, at 39, and 32 game. And Calgary and Winnipeg are 35 with 37 games. So they have 5 game Montreal. So if, for example, if they won 2 or 3 games, that would give them closer to Edmonton. So it'll be very interesting now what happening with Montreal Canadiens. Of course, the Ottawa, they are at the bottom with 28 point and 36 game. On the West Division, it's all about Colorado and Vegas. That's what it was on my prediction. Colorado is 1 point behind Vegas, but they play already 1 game more. So Vegas have 1 game to play before. Minnesota, that's a surprise on that division, to be honest with you. They are 44 point and a third in that division. This has surprised me, to be honest with you. Then we have a battle for the playoffs as a 4 position between St. Louis and Arizona. St. Louis is 38 versus 37 for the Arizona. They both play 35 games, so we'll be interesting this race for sure. And then finally, you have Los Angeles 32 point with San Jose 32 point, but San Jose play 1 more game. And then finally at the bottom with 37 games so far in NHL. They are at 28, and I think that's what they're going to finish the bottom of that part. Let's move on to the Central Division. This is a race at 3 teams. I shake my head every time I see Florida at the top of the Central Division because, not only they surprise everybody, but since the Barkov is out, they lost the first 2 games, but then after that, they came back with a win. So that's pretty amazing when you think about that. So that we have to give them credit, to be honest with you. So they are right now first place with a Tampa Bay with 50 points, but they play 1 more game versus Tampa Bay. And then Carolina is number 3 at 49, 1 point behind both teams, but they still have to play 1 game, 2 game more compared to Florida, 1 game more compared to Tampa Bay. Finally, at the 4th position now, there's a tie between Nashville and Chicago. Both teams are 37 games and they are 39 points. Then 3 point less is Columbus at 37. Now, Dallas is at 33 games. They have 4 games less and they have a 7 point at the playoff. So 4 games less, 8 points. They could be join those 4 teams over there. So them, it's every game count for them. Every game they play a count. And last night, Chicago got a great W, Columbus get a W, and Nashville get a W. So it's not easy when you have a lot of team on the same race. Um, Try to compete because one game can affect another team for sure. Then finally at the bottom, this is the Detroit Red Wings at 28 point and 37 game. On the East Division, that's what I believe is the strongest division from the top to the bottom. With the North, Washington is first right now at 50 point, 2 point more at New York Islanders, and they play one game and less. New York Islanders and the Pittsburgh are second and third, but they have the same point, 48 versus and 36 game both formation. This is another surprise to see Pittsburgh right there. I never thought Pittsburgh going to perform that way without Malkin and also with all the injuries they got at the beginning of the year, and they're still performing like that. That's pretty much amazing me for sure. The Boston Bruins are 41 point and 32 game. They have a lot of game less on their team, and COVID situation. They are right now fourth position of the East Division. Finally, at fifth position, we have the Flyers at 38 point, 3 point behind Boston, and they play 2 game more compared to Boston. So Flyers for now they're on the trouble. And then after that, you have the Rangers, was a surprise to me at 36 point and 35 game. That's another great, team right now. That's more what I expect from them. And then finally at the bottom, 31 point and 34 game for the New Jersey Devils. And finally at the bottom, unfortunately, is the Buffalo Sabres at 17 point and 34 game. They are on the straight or winless of 18 game right now, 0-16-2. Are they all going to win tonight? That's the question we have to look about this because they're going to play again the Philadelphia Flyers for a back-to-back game. We know what happening Tuesday night, one Monday night, where it was honestly 3-0 for the Buffalo at almost at the end of the second period. After the second period, and then Flyers come back with 3 goals during the third period, and they scored a 4 goal in OT to steal the W for the Buffalo Sabres and keep the straight for the Buffalo now at 18. This is the worst, franchise history. We're on less right now. It's sad to see Buffalo. I don't know. We try to find some answer, try to say, okay, what they have to do, what they need to do. And unfortunately, we don't have the right answer for them. And I'm sure if we don't have an answer, I cannot imagine the coaching staff, the players, the management, the GM, the owners. You know what I mean? And it's sad because they have players. They have a good players over there. It's not like they have a team like and rebuilding, right? They rebuild. So when they rebuild, like Senator Ottawa, they have no expectation, right? You have a good player there, but it's not like what Buffalo has at the beginning of the year. I really believe that if you compare Ottawa versus Buffalo on paper, the goaltending of the the Ottawa is a little bit better to Buffalo. Allmark for me equal Murray. So I don't see big difference right there. The defenseman of Buffalo overall is better to Ottawa. They have Shabbat, Ottawa, but Buffalo have Dallin, and then they have Ristolainen, and then they have Montour, right? So they have a lot of good players there. Better to Ottawa after Thompson, after Thomas Shabbat, they have Zab, right? They have a better year this year with someone with nobody knew. He came from the KHL. But after that, it's limited. Graham Benson, but he's not great. They bring the Backstrom, the rookie, Brandstrom, something like that. But again, he's a healthy scratch. Yeah, Mike Riley. Mike Riley is not a great defenseman. So the defensive, I believe, of Buffalo is a little bit better. Now, if you go forward, you have Kachuk on the one side, Jeff Norris on the side, Patterson on the side. You have the rookie Suzzle over the side, Cotton White, Connor Brown. If you look on the Buffalo side, Jack Eagle, Taylor Hall, Sam Reynard, it's not a powerful house over there too. It just we have no answer for them. Welcome, Michael.
Morning, Pierre.
How you doing?
Are you looking at the standings and seeing
Yeah,
how
I was
much
looking.
the Montreal Canadiens moved up last night with their giant 4-0 win over the Edmonton Oilers?
It was amazing.
They were all over them. Edmonton did not look like they were even interested in playing defense. Like the number of shots on the first 10 minutes from the crease were crazy.
They shot only 18 times this game.
All game?
Yeah.
Koskinen was. I don't know. I think when you have a goalie that scrambles too much now and has bad rebound control, it creates chaos.
Yeah, of course.
And I think that was kind of what happened early, right?
The first goal, it was like Kotkaniemi, and then after that, you get Likonen on the rebound, the shot, and then the third goal, Gallagher is another rebound of Weber's shot. The backdoor, Tatar. It was a backdoor, great pass of Philippe Dano. But I don't know. I think Edmonton got a little bit surprised by the speed of Montreal. And I think the first goal at the beginning of the year, I feel like the first goal almost dropped them, like killed them at the beginning after 18-second goal. And then they got they tried to go the challenge, the play, and then it was not, the goal was good. So they get a penalty after that. Montreal did not score, but they score after that. Right away after the penalty, Lekonen score another rebound, like you said. I don't want to accuse Koskinen, right? Maybe one a goal, you should stop it, right?
But they had more than it looks like they had 29 shots, Pierre, didn't they?
No, 18
against. Like they had 29 on Koskinen.
No, I'm talking about Edmonton have only 18.
Edmonton was out of it.
Yeah.
Edmonton
no, Montreal had about like 30 shots yesterday, 32, I believe.
Edmonton didn't even show up. Like it was crazy. And I mean, it was more than just the fact that, they kept McDavid and Draisaitl off. It was like they were just not even into it.
No. And then, when everything don't do well, like McDavid score a goal at the middle of the second period, then he was disallowed because they have offside at the blue line. From my point of view of my screen, I call it. I see, you know what I mean? Like, I called it. It was like, I don't know why the ref did not call it, like the linesman. I can see right from my screen, it was outside.
Yeah.
And so that part, McDavid is on the maybe going to be suspension. So it'll be interesting if the NHL is going to hammer him today and not to have.
Really? That'll be surprising.
He hit the head of Kotkaniemi at the end of the first period.
Oh, it's just Kotkaniemi.
So it would be interesting to see if they're going to suspend him. And also Brad Marchand having another bad hit yesterday against Kulikov. So it'll be two players right now if they're going to figure out if the league will be, not a matter who they are, but it matter to protect the other players. So interesting to see that, to go there.
What did you think of the Boston New Jersey game?
Again, it's a little bit sad for New Jersey. They dominate 50 of the 60 minutes of the game was 4-2 at the end, and then Boston came back again for another time, 3 goals, 2 goals at the third period, and then they score in OT. If you watch the game, the last 10 minutes in the OT, you see Boston was over New Jersey.
Yeah.
All the time. It just felt bad because I think at some point New Jersey could score in the empty net, but he did not score, and then the Buck come back to under the way. And they find a way, Boston, to win that game where I don't see they should deserve that one, honestly, but good team.
I guess they get a point, so that's positive for New Jersey. Boston clawed their way back. The guy that really, I think, has been very good this year, which kind of surprised me. I did not see this coming, is Nick Ritchie.
Yeah, he had 3 points the last 2 games. He had 2 goals, 1 assist, I believe. It's a player where you have a very bad playoff last year with them. You know, it's funny because that trade, I believe, Case is it Case?
Andre
Um,
Case, yeah.
yeah, you know, we expect him better, and then he's hurt this year, did not play. But Richie, he delivered more what our expectation was, I believe, about him.
I mean, he's like his brother. He's a big guy, not swift skater normally, but good hands. But that usually doesn't translate in today's game. But I feel like when I look at him, he looks like he's a little lighter, and he's always been a very, very heavy player. Like I think he was like 230 or 240 before. So I'd be curious to see if his off-season training changed at all, because he looks like a little different. Like, and good for him. Like that's a good thing for Boston to have him scoring,
Yeah.
especially since DeBrusque is not having a great year.
On the flip
Palmieri,
side, it's fun to see, Wood scoring for New Jersey
yeah,
and
I like
also
Melwood.
McLeod. That's the next generation hockey for them, right? The prospect player over there. So I think it's good to see them
Yeah.
continue to make a couple of goals there. I know that Jack scored, I believe, and Palmieri finally scored yesterday too. But I think that's good to see that. Another good performance of Blackwood is on the OT. He make a couple of great saves. We have one chance for New Jersey to score at 2-1, and I like to stop the puck. But again, Boston don't look what Boston is.
Yeah, they were a little off. It took, they had to go to the shootout. Good game from New Jersey. Unfortunate they didn't get the win, I think, because they started out really well, but Boston definitely dominated them late. 44 shots against Blackwood.
Yeah.
And he was coming off, did he just not play the day before?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm sure he was a little tired.
Yep.
The other game that I thought was very interesting, it looked like Washington was going to run away with this.
Yeah, it's a game where the Washington was 2-0 at the beginning of the game. It was a back-to-back goal, right, quickly. And then, it's all about, again, it's Panarin night again, another multi-point game. And, 3-point yesterday. It's just, they're on fire. And I think someone we don't mention, because usually when you talk about the Rangers, you talk about him. And then, Pushnev scored another goal yesterday. And but I think for that part, for me right now, the surprise for the Rangers, the way they play, they're still in number 6 in the standing. They're not going nowhere. They cannot compete with other. I think is Adam Fox. I think Adam Fox is right now on fire. He's
had a good year. I'm not a huge fan of him normally, but when you watch him, he's definitely in that same ilk of the smaller mobile defensemen that are having really good success, right?
Yeah, he's like right now, Fox is on the, 1 goal, 13 assists, 14 points the last 10 game. He's just like constant delivery, like night after night, the quarterback. I don't know what make him to become who he is right now, but honestly, he's the top 10 defenseman right now in NHL. It's just amazing what he accomplished. And then Ryan Strome, he's on fire right now. We talk about it, but Strome is right now, the last 10 games, he has 2 goals, 13 assists, 15 points. He's right now on the straight, a 9 game with 1 assist. And during that gap, the 9 game, he have 13 assists. So,
the guy is 33 points in 35 games. He was a cast off. I mean, who's he even traded for in the island? Who did the Islanders get for him? I can't even remember. Was that the?
I don't think so. Did he came for that? Did he came from the Rangers for the Islanders?
No, he started with the Islanders and he went to Edmonton. And Edmonton dumped him. It was Chiarelli's move for Ryan Spooner, who used to be a good player, but not, a little bit older than Strome. I can't remember what the first deal was, but he was definitely initially traded. And I think more than anything, Jordan Eberle. So he was traded for a pretty good player.
I was going to jump on that one.
Yeah, that makes sense. So he was traded for a good player, Pierre, and I thought he played well in Edmonton. He wasn't allowed to play past the third line, and then you trade him for Spooner, which made no sense. At the same time, complaining you don't have a second line centerman.
Yep. I think Rangers
done, he's retired. So
Rangers showing up right now. What Ottawa can become, and also what the Rangers can be the next 2-3 years. If if you add one more defenseman, if you add maybe one depth, 2 player depth,
They're not far.
I think they have maybe need another goaltender over there.
Maybe, I don't know. Like, they got three pretty good goalies.
I don't think so. Georgiev is
You don't like
really.
Georgiev?
I don't think so. He's really the one. You know what I mean?
I mean, he's a good backup, I think. He said Shesterkin is obviously the star, right? Like, this
Yeah.
kid's an unusually
He is
talented
the one. He is really the one.
for sure. And I think Georgiev, I've never thought of more. He's not he's not a rotational goalie.
I believe Georgiev, he would become maybe what Alec did.
Yeah, and I mean,
And the second goaltender I'm talking
he's
about.
a second goalie. Like, he's like a 500 goalie that's going to be like 899, 10 in that.
Could be another Reamer.
But you look at him, yeah, like, played 34 games last year, 17 and 14, 5-5-2. That's just what he is. That's a backup. That's
So my point is, like, I'm not sure he can carry on a goaltender title #1. That's my point here.
No, I don't think they're looking at him that way. I mean, this kid for sure is the star, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I want to share with you, and not like
yeah. I think Shesterkin is definitely, when healthy, that's the guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, good comeback by the Rangers. Reinstrom continues to impress. Kakko gets another goal. We know Frenchy scored in the prior game, so they have a good future where they've got two young players who are just gradually gonna get better and better. And Panarin,
and you have a good prospect, right? You have the Russian kid Vistov or something like that.
Yeah,
Vistov.
Yep.
And then you have Schneider over there.
I love Schneider.
Right?
I think Schneider is going to be one of my favorite defensemen. Matthew Robertson's good. So they've got some good prospects. Kravtsov, though, you're right. Like, Kravtsov is going to be a big-time goal scorer.
I think so, too. I think he can be that kind of player.
He's like Buchnevich.
Similar.
And Keandre Miller made the jump, so that's good news for them.
Yeah, that's another one we didn't mention about, because we talk a lot about Adam Fox, but you talk back to Buchnevich. Is it what? Buchnevich? Yeah, Buchnevich.
Yeah, Buchnevich,
okay, but he's only 25 years old, Michael.
No, I know. Like, he's
not like the old player. Like, I thought at some point he was a little bit older.
No, he's 20. He's young, and he's already played 4 or 5 years. Yeah, 5 years.
So it'll be very interesting about that one over there.
Yeah, that's paid off. And he looks like a 3 musketeer. I don't know why this does this. Hold on. Like, if you look at him, he's played 5 seasons already, Pierre, and he's only 25. So he's a real good player for them.
Just give you back to about McDavid and Dressel from Edmonton against Montreal. This year, both of them in 4 games, you have 0 goal. McDavid have 2 assists, -3. And Leon is 0 goal, 1 assist, -4.
Interesting.
And if you look about other team, they destroy other team. Like, again, like Toronto, Calgary, Edmonton, they just, what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy when you see that, right? I tried to confirm with you, but he got fined, McDavid.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I just tried to get Edmonton Connor McDavid has been fined $5,000, the maximum allowable under the CBA for the elbowing against Montreal Canadiens, just because Canemi. So I can confirm this now. It's done.
Well, no suspension. They don't want to take the star off the. That's an obvious hit to the head, though.
Do you see that?
Hi, that's a hit to the head, Pierre. That's bad.
I know. Yeah, I mean, if you was, imagine this right now, turn this table, and I know I like Montreal, but I'm not. But imagine this is Tom Wilson.
Oh yeah, but Tom Wilson's got like 1,000 of these.
But he gets suspended. McDavid, remember 2019?
Did he?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I want to see it up close because it looked like it started the shoulder, but definitely that's the head.
All right, he bring his
he raised it up and
all the way there. At point, like Kokanemi didn't expect that.
No, the puck was gone.
Yeah. I don't know if you can find it, but you couldn't see the Brad Marchand.
I mean, there you go, right there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
If you can find also Brad Marchand, I think Marchand should be suspended too. He looked like less of the head of McDavid, but I think he was going to be fine
Is this
too.
last name? No. Oh,
So
there's
again,
so many Marchand. I'm never going to be able to find it.
I just put like yesterday, the date of yesterday. It's again Kulinov. Is a charge. It was almost a blind side for Kulinov. He did not, no, he did not like hurt, but it's a way what Martian did. I don't want to tell you what he did because I want you to
Oh,
see.
this is old. He got him in 2015 too, Pierre. Same guy. Let's see.
Look his skate.
Well, he left his feet, but it's in the chest.
I'm sorry again.
He left his feet, but it's in the
but that's
chest.
the rule right away.
Yeah, that's not to the head though.
But again, this is going to be like.
I'd be surprised if that's anything.
And then who Jesper Bratt.
Well, Brad's got some. You see, look where the arm is. It's in the chest, Pierre. I mean, that's.
Is the point is like because he
can't leave the feet though.
It's in all the way, right? So
you can't leave the feet, but I can't see that being a suspension. That doesn't make. I mean, the other one was a blatant hit to the head.
Yep. Anyhow.
Yep, crazy. This was a shock.
This is a big surprise there. 3-2-1. Oh my God, Mr. Anthony Manzano, my friend. He's back in the house. Michael?
Anthony, welcome back.
Where did you been?
Yeah, what are we going to do? It says, who do you think the Panthers are going to land during the deadline between Matthias Ekholm or Brett Burns? Neither. They're not going to get either of them. Matthias Ekholm will not be traded, Pierre.
Because
Nashville will make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's the reason there. I think we talked that conversation 2 weeks ago. Yeah. We maybe not talk the same way.
Brett Burns?
No, Brett Burns is not going to go nowhere.
He's not
Burns is going to die in San Jose.
Ristolainen will be the likely target, or Savard, I bet. I don't know if that's the right person, but that is, I think, who's available. And there's a good fit with the goalie. Who do you think might
about that?
Go after landing Jordan? Brett Burns? Yeah, same question. All right, let's go back to.
I want to mention to him, or I mentioned to you because you mentioned this. I think the question about a defenseman they should target is Brandon Montour.
Well, that would be an inexpensive acquisition. I really like Montour. He's a right shot defenseman. He skates very well. He's got good offense. He's not amazing one-on-one, but he's not terrible. And I think he's a good number 4. He'll chew up minutes. Like, you could play him 18, 20 minutes a game, and it's probably fine. And he can help on the power play.
Yeah.
He makes a really good first outlet pass. I've liked him. When I first saw him in Anaheim at like the rookie camps, I was like, why is this guy not in the lineup? Like, and when they dumped him, I was like, why are you getting rid of this guy? Like, he's cheap and he's good.
Because you don't have a lot of defensemen open up right now in the market. You have Savard open up right now. They mentioned about that. Yeah. Vancouver, maybe a couple of players there. I think Detroit should be a targeting over there.
Well, I can see them moving Stahl, but Stahl's really worked out. Like, I could see them signing Stahl for a couple of years and keeping him there. Like,
it's just because of money. I almost agree with you. I almost agree with Tim about that.
Yeah, you think so? I think they'll make a move.
I think they can. I don't think so. They will.
If they don't, then they're gonna be in trouble. Not having Ekblad will be really bad, and they probably could use a little help up front.
No, Barkov is coming back, right? Orvis coming back.
Who's your second line center?
So the only thing is missing right now is it will depend what the price to pay for a rental defenseman, and that's what I would be my concern about that part over there.
Well, is it a rental? That's the question. Like, because I think Ristolainen would stay if you like him. The question is, would they like him? I think he's too much Yandel, so there's risk there. But not huge risk because there's only this year and next year on the contract. So that's, I like Montour. That's a lower risk acquisition to me. I do like, if they went for someone like that, not a bad move.
They want to reinforce what they have because Stroudman right now is the last year his contract at $3.5 million. So you get the money about that. It may be 8. But I think on the flip side, what Tim said, no trade. I agree with him. But on the flip side, with St. Michael, I think the Florida have it. Florida right now can play with both teams.
Yep.
Right?
That's what I'm saying too, Anthony. Like, I think that they'll do something. And I think that they'll want to do something that maybe gives them an opportunity to fill the second line center role a little more. But
again, it would be depends what they have to pay. That's my problem there, right?
Agree.
I think the only thing I send me is they get maybe David Savard. But again, are you willing to trade Denisenko? Are you willing to trade? I will be honest with you. If someone wants Borgstrom and you can get like a Montour,
I don't like him already. I think
or Savard.
Yeah,
but I don't think so. People
they're gonna want Denisenko or Heponiemi, right?
Right, and then you have another one. Is it Epianemi? Maybe Anthony?
Heponiemi, yeah. Heponiemi, I don't think you move him at all. So yeah, that would be my thoughts. All right, so quickly, Blue Jackets shock us and beat the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah, talking about who scored for Blue Jackets.
I don't know who scored.
You just talk about him.
Why can't I share this? There we go. So Bjorkstrand scores. Oh, David Savard got his first goal of the year. You don't really expect much offense from
his last game. The last time he scored a goal, David Savard.
2 years ago? I don't know. It's been a while.
2 years ago, the same day.
I was like guessing.
No, he scored 2 years ago, 1920, 2019, March 30. So he scored every 2 years and March 30.
And he still is he's a good defenseman. Matthew Joseph having a real good year, Pierre. Like this is good for them overall. Wait, what is this? Borgman. Is that the defenseman? Yeah, that's the defenseman, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Andreas Borgman, yeah. So yeah, I mean, good game by Columbus, not expected. You know, they're trying to hang on. I don't see it working out, but
it's good finally Atkinson scored because I think he was on like a snap or 8-9 game with no goals.
Oh, is it that long?
Yeah.
Well, that's good because he's still having an overall on paper. No, he scored against Carolina. So he's got right now 4 points in 5 games, 2 goals, 2 assists.
Yeah, but before that, I don't know if you can get game log in the bottom, click on the game log.
Yeah. Yeah, he missed 1, 2, 3, 4 games. But he's definitely had 1, 2, 3, 4 games goal. One. So he was much more consistent in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
But he seems to not go over 4 games. Oh, wait. Beginning of the year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jeez. So, yeah, I guess he's a little streaky. Good goal scorer, though. He's
on the flip side, we have again, it was never Vasilevsky. It's funny because they don't use Vasilevsky a lot right now.
They're trying to keep him healthy?
Yeah, well, they keep him like more rest, everything like that.
Because they're going to make the playoffs, right?
Yeah. But again, it was like, at the end of the day, it's not the fault of the goaltender, but it's just like, if you look about their standing or their record right now, Lightning lost if you follow them, what they are last 10 games.
3 games in a row they've lost. They're 6-4, but they've lost 3 in a row, Pierre. Yeah. Yep. Something's up. Still in first. That's pretty good. They don't.
What I said at the beginning of the show, we talk about everybody get a slump at some point. Everybody get a period of 1 week, 10 days. They don't play well, and I don't know it's a fatigue or an accumulation because you can see those surprise game like Florida with no player beat Detroit. You can see Montreal play the level they play yesterday against Edmonton. And you can see that game again, Blue Jacket again, Lightning, and the Rangers surprised Washington. Before that, Washington was on a good run. I think they lost only 3 games, the last 16 games.
So this was not a surprise. I didn't think they looked good at all. Detroit falling to your Florida Panthers 4-1. Verhaeghe scores again twice.
Yep.
For Detroit, good news that Philip Zadina, who's been honestly playing very well, Pierre, Like, this guy's coming around. He gets his fourth, which is not a lot, but a lot of pucks go through him. So good news there. But other than that, not a great game. They start with Pickard and have to pull him. He was terrible in the beginning. I was surprised they went back to him. Grice came in. They don't get another win again. But Verhaeghe, like 17 goals per year, like that's crazy. And Brett Connolly gets on the board, so maybe he'll start waking up a little bit.
Yeah, the key is, the first two goals at the beginning of the game, right? And then that changed completely the momentum of the game. And then the third goal, I think they have third goal and eight shot at the beginning. And then when they remove Calvin Packer, that helped. I think the momentum switched because after that they only score one goal at the end.
Yeah, it was over at that point. They just.
But again, we have to give credit to Detroit. They have like 36 shots on Bobrovsky. I think we don't talk about Bobrovsky right now. He make a lot of big save. 2 times a big power play at the end of the first period. They make a big save over there. One thing we don't mention is Rasmussen. Rasmussen have an amazing, great game yesterday. 5 shots on the net.
Yeah.
He was like their best player. For me, yesterday he was their best player.
Between Rasmussen, Svechnikov, and Zadina, the young guys are playing better and better the more they play them. Like, Rasmussen has good hands. He goes to the net and he's impossible to move. It's going to turn at some point. I know his stats don't look amazing, but I mean, this guy's got lots of upside, I think.
Yeah, the one we did not see yesterday, he was Smith.
Yeah, he's a good player to have in the lineup, though. I think, like, you don't always look for Gio to be offensive. You just look for him to provide speed and muscle and good forecheck. And if he can score you, then you're happy. If he chips in offensively, and I think he's a great third-line player. I really like him. I mean, he's got something that nobody else on Detroit has. He's got some jam, and he stays out of the box.
Frank Nelson was playing.
Oh, my God. That's why they lost.
I think Gagne was not there yesterday.
So
Ryan is hurt. So they miss also a Stretcher.
Yeah, Stetcher was out. The guy that's paying off really good dividends, like what a great waiver pickup, is Christian Juice.
Yeah, not bad at all. I think overall, like, again,
that's worked out very well for them. Good opportunity for him. And
yeah.
Well, anyways, good game by the Panthers. Not such a good game by the.
Jonathan Huberdeau played the most minute yesterday, 23 minutes.
Wow.
Yep. Surprised everybody. Happening. Yep.
Here's another big game, Pierre. Chicago shocks Carolina 2-1.
It was all about Carolina. Check the shot on the net, and that will give you an example of why it was the game.
Well, Lankinen played great, right? Is that who was in net?
Yeah.
So once again, getting great goaltending where we thought there'd be none. DeBrincat and Strome score for Chicago. Svechnikov, the other Svechnikov, the younger one, who's really great player, scores. Is that his 10th? Yeah, his 10th. Yeah.
Yep.
Assisted by Vinny Trocheck. What? So Trocheck came back.
Yeah.
So that's good news. But this goalie continues to play pretty well. Didn't face a lot of rubber, but loses the game 2-1.
Yeah, but I think Chicago has 16 shots.
Yeah, not many. 16 shots.
Yep. So again, Chicago surprised everybody. It's funny because if you think before 5:00 p.m. you watch the schedule, you say, "Wait a minute, you know what? Tampa Bay, Columbus, and Chicago is going to lose tonight." And Nashville going to slippery between both of them. And then finally, they find a way to win both of them, surprise both of the top team in the Central Division yesterday. And we have to give credit again to Chicago, where they're hanging there. I don't know if they're going to make the playoff, but we have to give them Lankinen a great note here.
Well, I mean, again, this guy continues to be the probably the crux of their success, and you've got to think that he's he's right up there with Kaprizov for being Rookie of the Year.
Definitely.
Yeah. Another good game for Nashville, Pierre.
That's
Big
their
win for them
sixth. That's their sixth win of the year. But the year. I'm sorry, the sixth
in a
straight.
row. Yeah.
Yeah, that's six of them. Um, it's also extend the 6 point game, 1 point per game by the rookie Tolvanen, Michael. We don't talk about.
Tolvanen's like what for a long time we've been waiting for this guy. It feels like forever. He's
Yep.
only 21, I think.
So we have to give him credit for that part over there, right? He did not start the season very well, I believe, or with like Nashville. I'll be honest with you,
Yeah,
but
I
he
think
found a way.
he took a little well.
Yeah, and I think now he's played at this level. Now I want to bring to you because everything at the beginning of the year, sent this week, we're always talking about the Calder go to Kaprizov. But I want to announce everybody they have another guy in the race right now is Jacob Robinson. Robinson this month.
Jason Robinson from Dallas?
Yeah. And this month in 17 games, he has 16 points. He has 5 goals, 11 assists. He's right now. We have to pay attention to him. I know Kaprizov. We know what he did, and anybody talk about him. But right now, Robinson is on the conversation right now on the top.
Well, that's for sure. I mean, I think he's definitely. I'm trying to see how you do by rookies. More filters. Where's the rookies?
I think you flip one.
Kaprizov, Robertson. Wow, 22 points in 28 games. And what is he, 22 or 23? He's not very old.
No.
I mean, obviously, Stützle is doing big things. Wow, Robertson is 21. So he's the same age. So.
Yep. I just feel like, I mean, like he came from nowhere. Listen, this month, you have 16 points, 17 game. So.
And is he the brother of Matthew Robertson?
I'm not sure.
I think he is. Not Matthew. What's the guy? Yeah, what's the guy in Toronto?
Oh, no, it's not him. You talk about Nick Robinson.
I think they're brothers.
Really?
Yep.
Robinson played over there for Peterborough. Robinson, the brother, if he's the brother.
Let's see here.
But, another good game for Nashville. They found a way to win that game in OT. I think there was
right there. That's his brother.
Okay. So Nashville was losing. I think they scored an empty net, and they tied the game, and they come back with an OT goal yesterday. And like Tolvanen, another great game for them. They are legit, and I don't know, Michael. We said yesterday, and we talked about this. But I don't see Dallas go nowhere.
Dallas, I mean, that was, again, they've had a couple must-win games as they start catching up.
Yeah.
Because they had so many games in hand. They still have 4 games in hand. They would need to win all 4, I think. Because then, they have 32 points in 33 games. If they won 4 in a row, that would put them at 40, right? And they would be tied. They would actually be ahead of these teams. They have to do something now or it's never, I think.
The only thing I would say what Dallas do well, and that's not a great news, but I think it's better to nothing. They find a way to get 1 point.
Yeah, true.
Does it make sense? Like
10 overtime. Look at this. 10
exactly. And look the last 10 game on the right. Is it what?
3, 3, and 4.
I mean, at the end of the day, that gave them 4 and 4.
Yeah,
let's give them 500. So this scrapping there. What's the win percentage of Chicago and Nashville right now?
527 for both of them.
I'm sorry?
And they're 527.
So they are very close to them at the point they can hang in there.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. So they still have 4 games in hand, right? Versus 37. So if they won all 4 games, that would put them at 40 points. So they got to at least go 3-1 and no more of this overtime stuff.
It's funny because if there was any other division, they cannot come back. the only division they can come back is that one. Because right now they can play for 500, 540, and they can make the playoff.
Yep.
The only problem, Michael, the only problem is this part. You chasing right now 3 team,
Yeah,
and this is really hard.
I think it's hard. I think
It's
Nashville's like on a surge, right? Like they look really good. Columbus, I don't believe is going to do anything,
I don't think so too.
and Dallas has shown nothing.
Yep.
They're getting by.
Yep.
So,
The only thing I would say, it's always surprised. Like Florida is going to drop. And I know Anthony may be here or Tim, you're going to say, Coach, what are you talking about? It's because right now they are done with Detroit after Thursday.
so they got one more game.
One more game and then they are
Try to
done.
win that game.
Yeah.
Because they've been splitting every series.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. So let's see if that trend continues. So it's risky. They might lose it. Now they have 2 games against Columbus. They really need to win 3 in a row here, or 2 out of the 3. But otherwise, then they got Carolina. I mean, Dallas has got chances, right? 2 games against Florida, and then back to Tampa for 2 games, Columbus. So they got opportunity. They got lots of games against Columbus, but it's not going to be easy beating them.
Yeah. Let me sharing one thing. You maybe I will send it to you tonight a little bit later, but that's a good one here. I don't know if I can do it. Let me check. Can you see that?
What the hell is this?
This is scheduled for the team. Again, who they play again. That give you really an idea what's going on.
That looks worse than the periodic table. Oh, hey, buddy, you came in. Thank you. Awesome win for the Habs. 4 points ahead of the Canucks and Flames. Flames are done. Canucks are done. Someone is going to get 2 points closer to the Habs. I don't know about that. I mean, yeah, just because of that game, for sure. But I mean, the Habs still have a bunch of games in hand, don't they?
Yeah, 5 game, four
I
game.
think right now the Habs are going to go 3-2 in their next 5, and they'll pull ahead even more. Like I see Calgary is done. I think Flames are done. I think Canucks will be tough to do anything. Yeah, you said the same. 5 games in hand.
Yep.
Yep. So I don't know. Interesting night though. Some good, surprising games from the Rangers, surprising game from Columbus, surprising game from Chicago winning, pulling it out, and then a surprising game with Nashville. Not maybe surprising, but continue that surge. So it's been a good story.
But this is a good way, like when you check team like that, that's a good schedule to check. I got this every Thursday.
This
So
looks horrible.
I like to go that because that gave me an idea who they play, right? The next 3-4 game give you an idea about that one over there. So
yeah, no, if you can make sense of it.
because no,
Oh my God! All right, tonight let's quickly run through big game. Pierre, Maple Leafs and the Jets. This is for first yet.
this is another good game. You know what I mean? Like Toronto have no rest, right? After Edmonton, now is the Jets. So it'll be interesting to see that. I'll be surprised who's going to be in the between the pipes for Toronto tonight. I know LB will be there for the Winnipeg Jets, but I will see now Toronto is on the road. That's another thing about that. But it's a big game. It's a good game to watch. Everybody likes hockey. We should watch this game for sure.
Flyers, Sabres, the watch.
This isn't the game of the night. Is it the one is going to stop tonight, or are they going to get the 19?
Well, we know we have no Carter Hart. Who's starting in net?
Elliott.
Will it be Elliott?
I think so.
If they go with Alex
A lot of
Lyons,
rumor right now talking about Philadelphia's looking for the goaltender. They're targeting Bernier.
that's probably not a bad idea. But I don't think their issue is goaltending alone. Like, there's also a problem on D.
I think so too, but that's what they're targeting.
Here, there's a problem on the bench. Who's running the D?
I don't think so. I think the bench have nothing really to do with that part over there.
Mike Yeo running the D.
I think some players don't play the level they should play. That's what I mean. Like, you can't accuse anybody at the behind the bench, but if Philip Myers cannot play like the level he should,
Well, it's pretty strange that all of those defensemen are having problems.
I don't think so. Proper enough. He's now 10 goals.
One guy, because if you look at Sanheim, Myers, like Ghost is what he is.
Last year, think about who they are. Last year, only one guy, D. And after Niskanen was there, but
Well, they miss Niskanen
definitely,
for
definitely.
sure.
It's like we turn around, ask Montreal, they lose Jeff Petrie. What happening? Right?
Romanov will step up.
Yeah, no, but at the end of the day, that's what it is, right? Yep.
No, it's always a house of cards on D. It's real tough. We saw last year with Tampa, how many defensemen that were NHL capable did they have?
Yeah.
9.
No, that is a real
9.
great. I don't know if NHL is there, but I think the NHL, the Laval Rocket won 5-2 against Manitoba last night.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Yep. They are 2-1-2 against them right now.
We're probably all got to go live our dreams. Coyotes and Avalanche. Coyotes have been a pain in the ass lately, but I think the Avalanche are going to crush them.
They have a good run right now, the Coyotes, to be honest with you. It's another team go up and down the last 15 games, but it's a team, you cannot take them very light. You cannot say it's going to be easy against them. The Rick Tucker always bring that team, motivate them. You have the Beaver in the nose and Dockett together, Trotz, those kind of the team, and so I don't think so. It's going to be easy. The problem,
I don't think it'll be easy.
The only problem with Arizona right now is the goaltending situation.
Not sure and you can't do much about that, but they've been competitive. They got a shutout last game.
Hill. I understand, but Aaron Hill, I don't see Aaron Hill like.
Aiden Hill's a good goalie. He's just young, like he's 25, so he's already had some games. He's not going to be a number 1, but he's had stretches with them that have been good. So he's capable. It's not like they're going to someone that's totally not capable. So that is positive. But it's not Darcy Kemper. I mean, Darcy Kemper is a top 5 goalie, in my opinion, in the NHL. Like, he's so underrated.
Yeah.
It's a good goalie. Kings and Golden Knights, man. Kings have not been playing amazing. Golden Knights are absolutely crushing everyone and doing it in style without Peter Angelo. Leonard's back. So I don't know if Leonard or Fleury will start tonight. Is Fleury probably in the rotation?
I think he should be on the rotation, be honest with you.
Probably.
So I expect over there.
Just want to get better.
We have an update for the waiver list. Nobody is on the waiver list today, and the Philadelphia Flyers defenseman is clear.
Yeah, that's great. Flames Canucks.
This is like I agree with NHL because at the end of the day, one of them are going to have 2 points. The key behind this, if you're really a fans Montreal, you don't want that game go in OT.
That's what I was going to say. Don't go to OT. 16, 18, and 3, both of them. So neither one of these teams is.
I believe because the injuries they have, Vancouver, Calgary should win that. On paper, they should win that game.
But Calgary is playing worse and worse. I mean,
that's the way we want to see what they look like right now. What kind of team they are.
Well, they're just. I don't have any faith in that.
I'll be honest. It's a game when I'll be honest with you, Michael. It's a little bit like Columbus, Nashville, and other team like that. They cannot lose that game. They cannot if they want to be a part of that playoff race.
Yeah, I think Nashville's surging, and neither one of these teams is going to surge. So,
and I would say to NHL and you, Montreal, they are looking back or they're looking forward because they're very close from them.
Well, the last game, Sharks have surprised them. They've been a roller coaster team, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Look for the Wild to bounce back because they lost the last game, I think, against the Sharks.
Yeah. A Shark is like other team we mentioned, like Calgary, Dallas, and consistency. They look better. I think if you don't know the standing, I think their last 10 game they have a better stretch.
Yeah,
right. Honestly,
there's still 2 games below 500.
What are 10 games?
So they're right tied. They've Los Angeles
they battle right now with LA.
But I would expect this to even out. LA's fallen off. So they've won 1 game. They're 4-5-1.
Yeah.
But we've just seen some big wins and then some terrible losses. So
did you see the Eric Carlson press conference?
No.
Like when he scored
slap shot?
Yeah. And no. he came to the press conference with an apple. So he's eating an apple. And a guy asked him, said, do you think this is your best performance? Like your best performance on the offensive side or something like that. He said, "Look at that. I don't know if you can watch."
Be a hat trick when the game winner in the shootout.
Not even close.
Okay.
He's still eating.
Best offensive game you've ever had. 2 goals and essentially a hat trick when the game winner in the shootout.
Not even close.
He's honest.
That's it. Like.
All right, Eric, is that the best offensive game you've ever had? 2 goals and essentially.
Didn't he have 4 goals one
game
game?
winner in the shootout.
Didn't he have some crazy game where he had like 3 or 4 goals? He had 4 goals, didn't he?
I remember he had a great playoff series like 4 or 5 years ago with Ottawa, right?
Yeah, 2016 or something.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure to ensure the NHL if Ryan Poland score. You know, I was not.
That's classic.
Yeah, it's funny to see him over there to do that. So,
The guy that's having a good year is Evander Kane.
Evan King, yeah, on the ice, maybe not on the off ice, but on ice he's looking good.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him, but I don't expect much offense from Ryan Poling at the NHL level. I think he's kind of like a third line 2-way guy.
He's doing well right now. I'll be honest with you, he plays a great game right now.
Yeah, well, I don't know. He's not a very creative, offensively dynamic guy.
I see him like a third line, 4 line
That's what I
players.
see.
He's more physical now. He's getting there. Some people players, how I said that, the grow a little bit later, whatever it is, and you don't want to complain him, but was it just 3-1?
Yeah, they won 3-1. Yeah,
I think it was 5-2.
he didn't score though. He got an assist. On, Pizzetta's first goal. That's quite the hair there. Oh, Joseph Blandisi, man. Joseph can score, Pierre. We had him on our spring team in Toronto. He's a talented offensive player. If you need to pull a guy in and get a few goals here and there, he can help. I'm always surprised he doesn't stick in the NHL. It doesn't make sense to me. Cole Perfetti gets his 4th.
Yep.
He's such a baby. He really needs to work on his skating now. Like it was pretty bad.
Do you trade Perfetti and their defenseman rookie Zuki or Zuri, whatever his last name, for Winnipeg? Again, Hum.
I would not trade Cole Perfetti for them necessarily. I don't know. Like I have a hard time with Perfetti because for me, I don't love his skating, and I think we saw at the World Juniors. He's a very smart player, and we know he's got high hockey IQ. And I think that'll win out in the end if he improves the skating. But that was pretty dramatic. So you can imagine the next level. That'll be a challenge. So he might be a few years away.
Yeah.
Now, right? And I don't know where he fits in on Winnipeg. Like, to me, they're stacked.
So I want to correct myself. I make a mistake Monday because I saw him play yesterday. Is Tyson Barrie is not going to win the Norris.
No.
All right. But I want to compare someone. I'm going to create another big statement here, like I did Monday with Barry. But do you feel Perfetti a little bit like Phil Kessel?
No. I mean, body size.
About not the physical, the player. Like he can score Kessel, but he cannot skate.
You don't think Kessel can skate? Kessel can skate.
He's not like the kind of player skating like the top best player sniper.
Well, it's not a horrible comparison. I think Cole's not going to be nearly as lazy. I think Phil can skate. Phil's just.
But do you think Pacioretty is faster to Kessel?
Totally different players. Pacioretty's not the same. Kessel's skill level is such that he could be a superstar. Like his skill level is another level.
Yeah, but because he can. I thought Kessel more the guy. You sit him at the chair at the top circle, and he can score anywhere in the circle.
Yeah,
but he's not a guy carry on the puck.
I will give Phil Kessel credit that Phil Kessel has a high skill level, higher than Pacioretty. And in that sense, Cole Perfetti might be like him. However, I would never say Phil Kessel's a bad skater. I just don't think
I don't say he's a bad skater. I just say I
I
don't
think
see him
Cole
like a.
Perfetti's a bad skater.
My point to you, it was both team can. I don't see both players carry on the puck.
No, Kessel can carry the puck if he wants. He's capable. He's not just a shooter. He's a great playmaker, and he definitely can handle the puck. But he's just, he's what he is. Like he's Fat Phil, right? Like Perfetti's issue. Perfetti's got a very high hockey IQ. He's a studious guy. He's mature. He's a good player, but he's just not a good skater. Like his skating definitely is a problem.
Yeah, we saw this during the during the World Junior.
Yeah, so you can only imagine what it's like at the NHL.
Talking about AHL, I know we're going to finish this, but I think we always compare Sozol to Byfield, and Byfield we said, well, he's not going to great, where he's not the take a little bit, and you have to give him credit. He's doing well right now in the American Hockey League. Yeah,
he's on a good streak. I mean, I think he has all the physical gifts. I think it was good he didn't go back to the OHL, which he couldn't anyway. I think it's actually good that he's playing against a tougher level of competition, because I think he needs to be challenged.
Yeah.
And his problem is time. It could not pan out still. But I think by him actually going at this age, it forces him, because he gets away with stuff at the OHL he would not get away with in the AHL. And if they can get him just to simplify his game, he doesn't win battles because he's surprisingly weak on his skates and in tight, and he doesn't do well in tight. And I think the AHL is a tight league. Like, it's full of grinders, and people play the same systems as the NHL. So I think that's probably the right place for him, because in the OHL, he's going to get away with so much, Pierre. He's so much more physically gifted than anybody there. So this is actually probably a good move for him. Yeah, Stutzle is a superstar, man. Like, come on. This is Peter Forsberg 2.0, right? Like, he's so good. We see now what this guy is. Like, we kind of saw it. And anyone I talked to said, "Oh, we have Stutzle number 2." I didn't talk to too many teams, but the teams I talked to were all like Stutzle's 2, maybe 1. And now we see why, right? Like, Ottawa.
Another update. Dylan Carson is going to be out for 1 week.
Why?
Still, you remember he got hit, concussion, something like that, like a couple of weeks ago. He never been very great. You know what I mean?
Disappointing. He's a
good player.
Yeah, I like him.
Do you know Vinny Lorio?
Vinny
Lorio. He's going to be on the NHL draft. Is someone that we need to watch.
Where does he play?
I don't know the information. I just got this carry on the Twitter this morning early.
Is it L? Is it
Vinny Lorio?
IOR. He's Brandon Wheat King.
Yeah. At WHL, right?
Yeah, but he's an overager, isn't he?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention to you, Galchenyuk is going to play on the second line with Tavares and Nylander again tonight. And they
2002, Pierre. I don't. And
they put Campbell. They put Campbell and Hutchinson in the lineup, so maybe Campbell will be 2-point apart.
Yeah, I don't know. Oreo, I've seen his name on the draft list. He's more like 50, 40.
Yeah.
He's not going to be that high. And he's not, if you look at him, he's a D, right? Like, he's a big D, but he's not a point producer.
Yeah. We're going to go. I know tomorrow we have a couple of things, but I would like to go finish Friday with the final four Frozen. Talking about
Frozen 4?
Yeah. Talking about them a little bit, what kind of rookie they have, everything like that. And then talking about the deadline, because it's coming after that. We'll be about 12, 13 days from now for the deadline. See which team, what player can be on the market, trade bait, everything like that.
Sounds good to me.
Another great hockey night and NHL tonight. Good boys. And look forward to see you tomorrow, 11 o'clock Eastern time, with our co-host Michael De Villano and Coach Frenchy directly from the booth. Have an amazing, great Wednesday, everybody.